Hello everybody, it's Sylvie. Welcome back. I hope you're doing good. Today I am talking about my winter decks, as in the decks I plan on working with this winter, not specifically wintry decks. Only one of them I think really fits that description. But it's the end of November here. England is miserable. It's bitterly cold. I've got my, I don't know, can you see? I've got my little wintry bear cup of tea. I'm feeling cold. I'm feeling miserable. The English winter is upon us. But I have a lot of decks actually that I want to work with this winter. Like I said, one of them is specifically wintry, and then it's a combination of decks that are pretty new in my collection that I want to play with, as well as decks I just feel like now is the right time to work with them. I do these videos every few months, like roughly seasonally, and I feel like they've been getting longer and my like basket of decks has been getting bigger every time. So like, will I do any serious work with all of these decks? Probably not, but they're the ones that are like in rotation on my radar, out next to me, so that I remember they exist and hopefully reach for them. So without any further ado and preamble, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to start with the most festive Christmassy deck of the bunch. This is the Winter Waite Redux Stars Edition. This is a deck from Tarot Collectibles. And are we still in order? No, I've given a shuffle. No, I haven't. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. There was an extra wild card at the front. So I flipped through this. These are the backs, aren't they great? I have flipped through this. You can really see that holographic star lamination showing up. But I've not shuffled this yet. So I'm not going to shuffle it now. I've been sort of saving that for myself for the winter time. But it's just a Christmassy, wintry, it's fairly Christmassy, I'll be honest. It's so cute. And he's holding a bauble. Yeah, like it's a Christmassy, festive-y kind of redraw of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Got Santa and his sleigh for the chariot. Like, it is pretty Christmassy. But I just think it's fabulous. I love Tarot Collectibles decks. I think this star is so gorgeous. Oh, it's a different world card. I think I like this one more. But yeah, like this hot chocolate for the Ace of Cups. Fabulous. It's just really cute. It's really fun. It's definitely going to be my like go-to in my handbag tarot when I'm going out for like Christmas drinks and lunches and things, in case anybody wants a reading or I pull it out. Like, it's just perfect. So yeah, that is the Winter Waite Redux Edition. I think this is, I'm actually not sure if this is available. I got this was a print sample that they were selling on eBay. I love the snowball fight for the 5 of Wands. But I'm not sure if this edition is available, but I know they've got a Winter Waite edition available in their shop at the moment, I think. So yeah. And the pastel colours, it's just so pretty. Cool. Right, the rest of the decks that I've got are not nearly as wintry or festive. They're just decks that I want to work with. So in no particular order. Actually, should I do a particular order? Yes. Ooh. In order. So this is my basket. This sits out next to me, next to my desk. And this is where I put the decks that I really want to focus on. So for the moment, it's kind of just my newest decks plus these two, which I want to really prioritize. So I guess this is the like priority basket, and then everything else I'm going to show you is other stuff that I also am feeling like working with, and I'm going to try not to show you just half of my entire collection. So we'll start with these two oracles, because these are the newest additions to the Tarot Magpie Hoard. These are the Rose Oracle and the Healing Waters Oracle. They're by Rebecca Campbell, and these are the ones that are illustrated by Katie Louise, as opposed to is it Daniel Noel who did the artwork for the other decks? And like, I'm not into the vibes of the other decks, but I was feeling like I wanted some, I guess, honestly, like quite light worky, quite love and light, fluffy, almost light washed like oracle decks. Like it's been rough. I've been having not the best time in my own brain, but I wanted something that was going to be nice to me. And also these are so pretty. I will actually show you. So these were both, well, the whole of the Hay House site was discounted 50% off, something percent off for Black Friday. So I got these two. And these are the backs of the Rose Oracle. And like, I really liked it. I watched some walkthroughs to make sure that there weren't too many cards that I was going to have issues with. Like the Starseed Oracle, absolutely not about that shit. Anything that is too like woo new agey that feels, I don't know, like there's a line. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of new age stuff is harmless, and then a lot of new age stuff is like, oh no, this feels like super far right, yucky ideology. Anyway, this I didn't have issue with. I think there are a couple of keywords that I'm not the biggest fan of, but like I'm not upset at this deck the way I was at that Earth Alchemy deck that I was really pissed off about because it arrived and it was full of like Atlantis bullshit. Anyway, this is the deck in question. And I think the artwork's really, really pretty. I love the soft colours. I love all the roses in this one. Obviously it's the Rose Oracle. These are both going to go so nicely with my Tarot of Aphrodite. And probably once I've worked with them a bit and gotten to know them, they'll live on my Aphrodite shelf with that deck. And like, I'm not the biggest fan of the photo people in the collage, which is why I've overlooked Rebecca Campbell's decks before, because I think Daniel Noel does a lot more of that. Like they're a lot more full of real people faces. But this is really gorgeous. It's really soft and hazy. I really like the keywords. Like they are very nice. Like silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, the thorn, protections and boundaries, rose without thorns. Like I really like it. This is the one that feels a bit new agey, but I think this is maybe the only card in this deck, so I'm alright with it. And they're just lovely. I was also worried that this deck would be a bit too like sacred womb femininity, which again, not about that, but it is not in the keywords anyway. I don't know about the guidebook, but I can read the keywords as they are and not feel icky. This doesn't sound like a very positive first thoughts on this deck, but anyway, it's gorgeous. This is one of my favorite artworks. And yeah, I told myself this was going to be a quick video. I've talked about two decks. I've been filming for 9 minutes. Okay, and then the Healing Waters Oracle, same like Rebecca Campbell with Katie Louise artwork. And this is very much the same kind of thing, but it is water themed. So again, it's going to sit on my Aphrodite shelf. And I think will go really nicely with that. Again, it's beautiful. These are the backs, also really lovely. Like it's just pretty. It's just really pretty. And again, similar kinds of keywords, like it's quite gentle, it's quite nice and light, and it's not too confronting. But I like it. And because it's multiple keywords, this is going to be really good for the kind of reading I do where I pull an oracle card and then I pull a tarot card for each keyword. So I might decide I've got some shit I want to let go. And then I can pull a card for each of these, like how do I release the past? What do I need to forgive? Where can I soften? And how can I move forward? Like that kind of thing. It's going to be really good for that, I think. It's going to be perfect with the Aphrodite Oracle. Tarot of Aphrodite. Anyways, again, it's much the same. It's beautiful, soft, hazy artwork. I could totally put these decks together as well, I think, and make like a jumbo 88 card rose and water deck. So 2 more of my latest additions. there we go, are the, ooh, shiny, Oceanum Arcanae and Terra Arcanae by Taylor Bryn Hogquist Todd. I backed this on Kickstarter and I got the edition with both because I wanted both. Anyway, these are beautiful, both gilded edge, illustrated animal decks. The ocean one obviously featuring ocean creatures. I just love the art style. I love how it's like deep and grungy and also really colourful. I really like how in the guidebook she tells you like what specific animal she's drawn or what fish she's drawn, and also like there's a little sentence as to why that works, like why it was chosen for the card. I love the sunfish for the sun. And this is just, they're just so gorgeous. I just love the art style. I think they're beautiful, basically. And you know I quite like an animal deck. And I really like how there's bits and pieces of mythology in too, like here in the world card. And I just think they're beautiful. Love a vicious Queen of Swords. The High Priestess in this deck is also really vicious. It's one of those anglerfish. The axle, like it's cute. It's not cutesy. Do you know what I mean? And they're like fairly realistic looking creatures. Like this is, oh, like the Death card is another myth, I think. And this is beautiful. So yeah, not a rambly one today. I can only apologise. I'm not going to apologise because if you don't want to watch it, then you're probably not here. This is the Terra Arcanae. This is the new one, and she's gonna do a fire deck and an air deck. And now that I've got two, gotta catch them all, right? I loved this one because the courts of the sword suit are bats. I'm a swords bitch. And I love this though, and I love bats. So the Terra Arcanae was mammals. The Oceanum Arcanae was it just things that live in the sea? I can't quite remember because there was like whales and stuff, and they're not fish, are they? Have I gone past? Maybe. Yeah, here we go. My Queen of Swords, my significator. Yeah, and again, it's gorgeous. I think the art style is really beautiful. I think it's impressive that despite obviously the art style is the same and it's another animal deck, but I feel like it doesn't feel like the same deck as the ocean one, which I think is honestly pretty impressive because that would be very easy to do. But yeah, like I say, these are two of my more recent decks. I can't remember when I got these in, sometime in October I think they came in, because I backed it on Kickstarter months ago, and things always take forever to ship to me because I'm in the UK, but yeah, I just haven't really picked them up much or worked with them because I've been in a weird space, as I keep mentioning, so I will love that. I will try and stop. But yeah, I just want to give these some attention, give these some love, because as with a lot of, whenever I pre-order or I Kickstarter, back something on Kickstarter, often I'll be obviously really excited about it. And then it takes months to arrive. And then by the time it does arrive, it's not that I'm not interested or not excited. I'm just not currently caught up in the excitement by the time it gets to me. So I have to like put them front and center and be a bit more intentional about working with them so they don't just disappear to the back of a shelf, because that would be a real shame. Next up, this I think is my newest deck. Oh, this one is the Naturescapes Tarot, which is a deck on make playing cards. And I've wanted this for a good while. This is a peopleless landscape nature deck. Like obviously some of it's landscape, this is a tree. I just think it's beautiful. I also think it is quite wintry, because although not all the scenes are in winter, the kind of, like it's not barren, but because there are no people, and I don't think there are any, aside from this bridge, and this building. Okay, I take it back. There are signs of human habitation, but not that much. Like it's mostly just landscape and nature, and I think it's really, really beautiful. And it's, let me come back to myself, it's not barren, but because it's so absent of people, it feels very like quiet and expansive and still, and that is what winter feels like for me. So yeah, and I really like this rainbow and the Five of Cups. I think that's really sweet. And I could just flip through the whole deck because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I'm really pleased I have this. I'm actually using this at the moment. This is my daily reading deck in combination with the Rose Oracle that I just showed you. They actually look so lovely together. This morning I pulled these two, which is why they were at the front. And like especially the High Priestess with that kind of like hazy, starry galaxy look to some of the Rose Oracle cards is just perfection. And it doesn't come with a case or anything, but I had this cute wee bag with flowers on, which I thought was pretty perfect. Okay, and then the final, I've got two more decks in that tarot basket. This one is Navigators Tarot of the Mystic Sea, and I've also got the Barbara Walker Tarot. And basically, I just want to work with these. I think they're really cool. I'm kind of intimidated by them though, which is silly because they're cards. Love to see the Three of Swords on top. Desolation, lovely. But yeah, I think, so this one has, they both actually, they're quite similar. They have keywords, they have massive great white borders. But yeah, like the Barbara Walker is a little bit intimidating because it's famously not a very friendly deck, you know? And this one, I've just not worked with it much. And I think this one is a little bit more like Thothy and like esoteric. And so it needs to be a little bit more, I need to be a little bit more intentional with how I work with it, I think. Not intentional, but like, I feel like I don't want to just like pull it for my quick 5-minute daily reads in the morning. Like I want to do readings with it and how beautiful is this Empress, and like really sit with it and figure it out. I have no idea what the little US Games guidebook is like. It looks okay, kind of. But yeah, I'm looking forward to working with it. Queen of Wands, Regeneration on top of the deck. That's much nicer. And then the Barbara Walker, like, it looks kind of similar. This is obviously the mini tin edition that I've got. And again, massive white borders and keywords, which is fun. I don't think I've worked with a tarot deck with keywords on it in a while, it feels like, except for my daily pull that I'm doing at the moment. But yeah, I want to make friends with the Barbara Walker. Feel the fear and read with it anyway, sort of a thing, because the Barbara Walker can be a little bit mean. But like, it's a classic and I have it and I want to work with it, so I'm going to make myself work with it, basically. Sort of all there is to it. It's also just a really cool deck. And at least as far as the major arcana go, it's pretty classic. So yeah. Oh, love that King of Cups. So that was my top priority deck basket. I also have a sort of medium priority stash of decks as well. So one of those being the beautiful Fyodor Pavlov Tarot. Oh dear. Okay, I'm making a mess. This is a gorgeous luxe. I have the US Games. Yeah, US Games. Mass market edition. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. It's a redraw of the Rider-Waite-Smith clone, heavily inspired by the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I love this. Three of Swords. It's stunning. And I want to look at the pretty cards, so I need to pull it out more. And I also think that the guidebook is really nice. Like, I mean, hey, it's gifting season, right? If you wanted to give someone a tarot deck, then this is a really good one, because the guidebook is nice, and he discusses specific choices in the artwork for some cards, or for a lot of the cards that I've learned anyway. So it's a good guide to the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, but it is also a good guide to this deck, which sounds obvious, but a lot of tarot deck guidebooks, I'm like, this, you're not actually talking about the artwork that you've drawn. But anyhow, this one's gorgeous. I love it's pretty, and I want to work with it. This one, because it's in the bigger box, it sits on a shelf with my other big box decks that I haven't taken out of their big box, and they end up getting a little bit neglected. So I want to make a conscious effort to read with this and work with this. The only, like, it's not a problem, but the only sticking point is that I always want to do big readings with this deck. Like, I want to do like 5 cards and up, and that obviously takes a lot longer to do the whole process of, and to like get really deep about. So that maybe is another bit of a barrier. Maybe I should try and do smaller readings. But it's just so beautiful. I want to get like I want to get like 8 cards out at a time. Anyway, this one is the Crystal Visions Tarot. And the reason that I have this kind of on my radar is because, especially the backs, and a lot of the backs and the box, and not this one, but like a lot of the artwork is these gorgeous blues and purples, and that makes me think of the Winter Waite Redux, and that makes me think I want to get it out, because I'm like reminded that it exists. So this is like lovely Fae energy, like this is one of those decks, I need to do a video on this, one of those decks that goes deep but is not necessarily dark. Every time I read with this deck, it's always very like poignant, and always more, just always more than I expect it to be. It's a really, really lovely deck. So yeah, that is the Crystal Visions Tarot. There's all the seasons represented in the artwork as well, so I feel like it works quite nicely for any time of year. All right, this is another one that is relatively new. I have worked with this a bit, but I love it, and I want to work with it some more because I think it's a really fantastic deck. This is the Lilifer Tarot. I have the gold edition with the gold foiling on the front. This was a recent Kickstarter. I got it in September because this was in my big birthday haul. I like saved it to actually open on my birthday, and it's beautiful. I think the white open space makes it feel a little bit wintry, especially with all the blues. And I've just really enjoyed the readings that I've done with it. I think it's really similar in a way to the Naturescapes Tarot, in the sense that it gives me a lot of breathing room. Like, it doesn't feel like it's shouting at me. It doesn't feel like busy or crowded. I think that is to do with the white space and the kind of, maybe the absence of line work as well. Like, there's not a lot of like outlining happening. There's just some texture. And I feel that makes, I think that makes it feel less like it's closing me in. It's just presenting itself, and whatever it brings up, like associations, is what it brings up. It gives my mind a lot of space to like dive into it and see where my intuition takes me. And it's stunning. I love this Empress. I'm really loving the Empress cards today. So yeah, that is the Lilifer. And then this is another one that I kind of reminded myself I had the other day when I was digging through for one reason or another. Oh, that fantastic Queen of Swords on top. This one, again, it's a colour palette thing. There's a lot of like these soft watercolory blues and greys. Feels very wintry. And I worked with this. This was my daily pull. I love this death card. Isn't that fantastic? This was my daily pull for January last year, so it's got that like winter time association for me, and I haven't really dug it out much since then, so that I think needs to change. And I really enjoyed working with this deck. Again, it's that like fantasy kind of fae energy, but with a different angle than the Crystal Visions. Like this one isn't not soft, because the Crystal Visions isn't soft, but this one is a little bit like harsher, a little bit further removed, a little bit blunter. I think that's what it is. This one is a bit blunt, which sometimes is exactly what you need. And so it's nice that I've got two decks with like a similar like kind of fae-ish energy that have those two different angles to them. Yeah, I'm gonna put that Queen of Swords. This is genuinely one of my favorite Queen of Swords cards of all time. Oh, it's fantastic. Okay, and then very briefly, I know this has been a hideously long video. I've got the Thoth, and I'm just gonna grab one of them. I've got the Marseille. I want to work with these systems more. These are like on the top of so I've got the deck basket I showed you, and then I've got one of those little IKEA trolleys. These and all of these decks that I've talked about today are on the top shelf of that trolley because they're like priority decks. Every time I pull it out, they're on top, they're looking at me. I want to actually delve into the non-Rider-Waite-Smith systems. So this is the Spanish Tarot. It's a Fournier deck, and it's a Marseille deck. And I really like the colours. I love a Fournier deck. I've told you this before. I love the size, and the cardstock is always really nice, and the coloration in this deck is really, really pretty. Like, isn't that lovely? But it's a Marseille, and I want to get back into my Marseille study that I kind of went full send with in May. I did like a Marseille for May video, and I've got some books. I started doing like a workbook, and then I just gradually fell off of doing it and then got distracted by other things and all the other decks I want to study, and you know how it goes. But I want to get back into it and pick back up with the Marseille. It's funny because I'm saying this, I've also got the Thoth next to me, and then also I've been thinking the last couple weeks, I really want to get into Lenormand. Lenormand? I can't do the French, guys. I do not currently have a Lenormand deck. Can't even say the word, but that's coming. That is going to be the new system that I want to learn, because I saw somebody, and I don't remember who, it might have been Krista at Crochet Wish Tarot, talking about using Lenormand as like a clarifier at the end of the reading, and I thought that seemed like a really good idea. But anyway, this is the Thoth, which I want to study, I want to get into it. I have destroyed this box. It might be in order at the moment, yeah. It's in order at the moment because it's, as I've been doing my deck and walk, I've been pulling out the Rider-Waite-Smith cards from my mini Centennial that I keep purely for reference, and I've been pulling out the Thoth cards to like have a look at them and think about the decan and all the associations, all that good stuff. It's another beautiful Empress. I'm really on an Empress kick today. I should do an Empress reading, see what that's about. But yeah, like I want to like really get to grips with it. I think the time has come, because I'm feeling like I want to get that Hermetic Tarot and like really get into all the like really like esoteric shit. I think that would be really fun, and like really get to grips with it all. As if I don't have enough things I want to do and things I want to study. But yeah, we all know what the Thoth looks like, right? This is just, I don't know, it's a recent mass market edition. It's not one of the like special ones. It's also not huge. It's a really nice size. Like it's just a bit shorter and wider than your standard tarot size. Anyway, that's it, I swear. Was that 13 decks? Can I count? Feels like it was 13 decks. Anyway, however many it was, that is my winter tarot. Who was it? Was it Candy who did the tarot TBR for the spring back in the spring? It's my winter tarot TBR. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what's in your rotation for the winter. Do you have any more like wintry decks that aren't just like Christmas decks? Because I'm not the biggest like Christmas fan. I do it because I live in England, so I'm doing Christmas. Um, yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're working with. Let me know if you enjoyed. Say hi to me in the comments, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, thank you for spending some time with me. Give me a like if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. I need to do a cute thumbnail. Don't forget to do a cute thumbnail. You always forget to do a cute thumbnail. And then you can go and walk the dog. Winter, wait, where did you go? Where did you go? Move the jasper. I bought some pretty shiny rocks. I got new kinds of jasper the other day. Brachiated? Brachiate? It's not brachiated, is it? I don't know. It's this pretty jasper palm stone thing. And then some unakite jasper. Like, how pretty. And then this is my jasper collection that I got out because I've been feeling feelings and I wanted to look at my pretty rocks. This fucking box. There we go. That'll do.